Hi, it's Sunday. I feel like talking to you, so I turned on the camera. It's now, I don't know what time it would be, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I've done the Sunday birthday party, kids' birthday party thing, grocery shopping, all of the errands, and now I'm here to bed down for the day. I'm on day 3 of my cycle, so I do need to take it slow. But while Fitz was at a birthday party, I happened to drive past an op shop, past Vinnie's, found some books. Whenever I see a book that I love, so it was a bag for $6. So whenever I see a book I love, I buy it so I can give it to people, because I'm not giving my copy because I love this book. It's a good one. And then I think it's the only one I got that I know about. This is an Australian author. It is been blurbed by a lot of people that I respect, and it's got something to do with a writer and who's lobbying against a mosque being built. I don't know. It says the words meth-fueled orgy in the blurb, so that's going to be a wild ride. I got a Richard Powers one because I love Overstory. One of my plans today was to start Bewilderment, so this looks really strange and really interesting. I don't know what's it about. I don't know, something to do with virtual reality researchers. There's an artist involved. I don't really know. Hopefully it's the same Richard Powers. His name's Richard Powers, right? Oh God, now I'm second guessing. Hang on. Okay, Richard Powers. Okay, I'm on the right track. that was a moment. I don't know. I think I got 2 books by this author, whose name I can't pronounce. Ah, yeah. See if that ironing board cover will fit your ironing board. You're not screwed. We can always fix it. Nobody's ever screwed over an ironing board. This is volume 1 in the Cairo trilogy. I guess it's a family story. The overthrow of the old regime in 1952. I don't know. Who is this author? That's him. I don't know. This could be a really classic author that I don't know anything about. I got that one, and I got Wedding Song. Okay, so this guy's like a classic author, right? Something to do with a Nobel laureate. Nobel Prize winner for literature in 1988. Okay. It's just somebody I haven't heard of before. So there we go. Here's another person I haven't heard of before, but I really liked the covers. This one is, my name is Clara Perez. I am a reporter, and this is the story of my country. His people eat fire and drink water, and of an oppressive regime whose decline is foretold by the singing of a river. I read that and I liked it. Who's banging on the door? Nobody's banging on the door. And then this one, I don't know. 4 different women, follows them all. Yeah, I don't know. I got this because I read, what did I read by her? Hang on. Piranesi, honestly, my mind. Piranesi I read, and I really enjoyed it, actually. That felt like Piranesi could have gone to some more depth, but the kind of way that I could read into it and take my own meaning from it, which I thought it was about the simplicity of life and flowing with the natural rhythms of nature. And yeah, it was a really intriguing book to me. I think it could have been longer, but maybe she wrote this book and they went, "Oi, the next book you write, you better calm it down a bit and write it a bit smaller," so she'd cut out a lot. I don't know. But yeah, I could have continued to read that for a while. I thought that was a great book. So yes, that's why I got this book. And you know, I even picked it up and didn't know why I got this book, but I knew that the author of this book, I had just read a book. Anyway, whatever. I've got this book. It's huge. It's set in 1806 in England. And historical fiction is always my gag. So we'll see if I ever get to this one. Ian Forster. Just because Indian fiction, yeah? It's my gig. It's my bag. I bought a copy of The Erratics. I think this won the Stella Prize, didn't it? 2008? No. No? I'm sure it won the Stella Prize. I could be wrong because I remember I read that list and it won a prize. And a prize that I read and I was like, not really into it. But it has stuck with me. Yeah, it's about a mother who's in hospital at the end of her life and kind of reflections and stuff on that. But she was estranged from her parents and then she kind of goes back to reconnect. And yeah, I read it from the library. I didn't have my own copy, so, you know, fill a bag for $6. I got a Carol Shields book. I have Carol Shields somewhere. I don't know why I collect her, but I do. And this looks cool. This looks really cool. Yeah, this woman's like got kids, whatever, and she's a translator, she's married, whatever, and then her eldest daughter disappears and then shows up on a Toronto street corner with a hand-lettered sign reading goodness around her neck. And then she like goes through that, why the hell, where did she go and why the hell is she shown up like this? So intriguing. I haven't read The Lovely Bones, but I loved this cover. That's a child. He went walking past. He doesn't need me. Amazing. Mother-daughter relationship. We'll give it a go. I got a Tim Winton that I've never seen before. A coastal memoir. Sounds amazing. Tim Winton writing. I mean, his writing always is infused with the natural world and the coast, but yeah, anything that's focused on that, I would totally read from him. Oh, there are photos. I didn't notice that when I picked it up. That's made me happy. Made me very happy. John Le Carre. Never read any. I did see someone talk about him and it had a bee on the cover. So, win. I got an Agatha Christie. I don't think I have this one. And I'm trying to sort out my Agatha Christie collection. In fact, I was going to do that in August for Agatha August. I don't know if there is such a thing, but I called it Agatha August. So this can go in my pile of Agatha Christie's that I have. A Charlotte Wood book that I haven't read. About some friends who go away together for the weekend. Women go away for the weekend, lifelong friends, you know, drama ensues. But I've heard really good things about it. Edith Wharton. I should have read the blurb. New York social scene. People who can't keep up with it. Really not my bag. Really not my bag. I just DNF'd a book because I didn't want to deal with that. That was the Boston social scene. Is it White Ivy? Yeah, it was White Ivy. It was a story about an immigrant family and a daughter in that, and, you know, I understood the premise, trying to morph, trying to fit in. But I don't care about fame. I don't care about wealth. I'm not someone who likes a good celebrity goss kind of. I don't like anything like that at all. So I couldn't even handle White Ivy when she was, you know, talking about how she wanted to have as much money as her friends, and I don't know if she ended up stealing things to try and keep up with them or something. I mean, a lot of people love that book, so please don't. They say there's a big twist, but I read 100 pages and no twist came, so I don't know. If I should have not DNF'd it, let me know. Maybe I'll get it back out from the library. But yeah, that one's about the New York social scene and trying to keep up with their friends, so we'll see if I ever get to that. Here's another Carol Shields, but it's with somebody else. I've never heard of this author, have you? Married couple story. Who break up? Oh, there we go. Oh no, they just separate. Oh, whatever. Okay. It has to be really good writing for me to be intrigued by a book about a marriage breakdown. Oh, and then there was Longbourn. I've had this to read. What's this about? Like the servants at Longbourn from Pride and Prejudice, right? That's right, isn't it? Yes. Hang on. I'm second guessing myself today. I know this, I just think I don't. So for Jane Austen July, which I never got around to, the group book was Pride and Prejudice, I think. And then it was, you know, read some other books. And Longbourn has been on there since I've discovered Jane Austen July back in the day. So I got it out from the library. Look, here it is. Got it out from the library and I've just never got to it. But did really want to do that. So yeah, I saw it on the shelves and I thought, aha, I can take that back to the library, free up some space because I'm playing the library game of, you know, reserves versus the maximum amount that I've got out on loan. So that'll free up some space for me to get some reserves. Yeah, so there you go. There's my book haul to kick off this little vlog. I'm going to go and get into my comfy clothes. I'm going to try and find a spot for these. This is what I'm dealing with now that my son took over my reading room. Remember that big reading room I had? I'm now in this little thing. So that's all the space on my shelves. I've got that little thing there. And then I've got books on a desk. So we are renovating. So eventually. And I plan to just have walls covered in books then. But for now, I'm stuck in this little room with all these makeshift bookshelves. So I've got to try and find somewhere to put all of these. I think they'll just go on those stacks over there. Okay, I'm going to cozy down and then I'll share with you what I'm reading for the afternoon because that's my plan. I didn't show you this. I got a little bed in here. I feel like Steve Donahue. I've got a little bed in my reading room now and it gets the afternoon sun and we're in winter here, so it is a beautiful place to sit. So that's me for the afternoon. How exciting is that? Comfy clothes are on. It feels nice. Cozy in my little spot in the sun. I mean, it's not the nicest view. You get my hot water system in a tank, but when the sun comes in, I don't care where I'm sitting. I don't care what I'm looking at. This is the plans that I had this morning to read. I wanted to finish 7.5 by Christos Tsiolkas. I am loving this beyond. I'm loving it. I've only got that little bit left and I'll be sad when it's not in my life anymore. I'll tell you more about it when I finish it because I'm going to finish it today. I wanted to get a fair chunk into Bewilderment by Richard Powers. This needs to be back at the library. So I've already borrowed it at once and had to take it back without even opening it. And it's really bizarre to me as to why I didn't jump on this as soon as I got it out of the library. But yeah, I'm really excited to get into this. Oh, this is a bit of a weird one, but this has been on my Women in Translation TBR for ever since I learnt about Women in Translation Month all of those years ago. And I've never read it. It's just sat on my shelves. It's a book translated from the Italian, and it's set in 1839 somewhere in Italy, perhaps Naples, and I think it's sort of this coming of age of a girl. I've got to stop that door from banging. It's going to drive me nuts. Patty, can you please go and shut the back door? That's why you have kids, isn't it? Amazing. So yeah, I promised myself I would not go another Women in Translation Month without actually picking this book up. So yeah, I'd love to just get a little ways in here and plod through this. And then I also have on the go Glory. Yep, I'm on the Booker train. Yep, I'm loving it. I have already read, it's over there. Oh my God, have you read this book? Night Crawling. In fact, I think I took some footage of me finishing this book and absolutely howling. I might put that in here. Oh guys, I cry in books all the time, but I don't sob. Oh my God, that is just, I feel it in my heart, and it's just a testament to the depths that I'm in this story. I haven't even finished yet.
And it was kind of it's just so incredibly sad. It's fucking not okay. It's not okay. Because it's not just a book. This is life. And it's not okay. And I don't know what to do about it in my little home full of white privilege in Australia. This woman, there's an author's note at the back talking about this woman. She started to write this novel when she was 17 and how she lived in this community. It talks about how black women are taught to shield their men from police violence, but there's that the sexual violence against women by the police is, what did she say? It's the second most reported instance of police misconduct and disproportionately impacts women of colour. So in the blurb it talks about the trial, that she is speaking against the police, and that is kind of this, like it's the central point of what's pulling you through it, right? But to me, the connection she had with Trevor, this little boy who was in her care, whose mother was a drug addict, the way that she fought for her life, fought for survival, fought to keep him all, and it was, oh God, all as a child. She was a child, and this girl had just, like, when it all went down, she was 17. She lost her mum, she lost her dad, she lost her brother. Like, it's just a survival story. But her ability to give so much love to this boy and still see the hope to keep him going, bloody hell. I'm a mess.
This is a debut novel from a young woman in her early 20s. I think she's 20 or 21. It's amazing. Please read it. Change your life stuff. Holy smokes, it was awesome. So yeah, they're my two, that one and Glory. Oh, and I did read My Name is Lucy Barton in preparation to read O William, which I have O William out from the library, but the second one, somebody is taking their time and getting it back. That's my Booker thing. This is my Booker stack, sorry. Young Mungo wasn't on it, but everybody thought it should be. And a couple of people said that Devotion by Hannah Kent should have been on it. And I really want to read that one. So these are the stacks. I mean, we're never going to get to the stacks, including the TBR cart. Where's that? Anyway, I'm reading Glory. It's great. So maybe if I read some more of that, because I read a bit of it yesterday. So just trying to get a start on the other books. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit here in the sun. No, I'm not. I'm going to go and make a cup of tea and then bring it in here, sit here in the sun and just read. My son Patty. Yeah. Patty watched YouTube yesterday and saw a sushi recipe. And he has made it, though it is smothered in Kewpie, so you wouldn't be able to...
It's not Kewpie.
Oh, it's just normal mayo.
Normal mayonnaise and sweet chili sauce.
What is in your sushi, Patty?
Avocado and Cheetos.
And sweet chili sauce?
Yes.
And mayo?
Yeah.
On rice?
Seems delicious.
Why don't we try it? Did you put that whole thing in your mouth? How are you going to chew that? That's Fitzy.
Hi.
Is it delicious? Can you taste the Cheetos?
That's so good.
So good? How can that be so good?
I don't know.
Well, there you go. If you're looking for a sushi recipe, try Patty's. It's apparently delicious. Okay, I have finished 7.5 by Christos Tsiolkas. This is my first of his books that I've ever read. He has a very famous book called The Slap, which I just can't bring myself to read. It's about a families come together for a barbecue and somebody slaps another person's child, and it just seems all a little too much for me. So But I do have some of his others. I can see Barracuda sitting there, and I will definitely read it because I just really enjoyed this. This is sort of auto-fiction, I guess. You just kind of start knowing, and at the end, like, because I don't know anything about this author, it clicked too that he was writing about himself. An author goes to a coastal town to write a novel just to get some alone time. And through the process of writing this novel, he reflects on his own life. And there's a lot of, views that the author puts forward about the world, about his thoughts on different things. He is a gay man, so there's thoughts around that, all sorts of things. Class, immigration. He's from Greek immigrants. His parents were Greek immigrants, grew up in the city and then in the suburbs. So all sorts of things. There's a lot of talk around, this book being about beauty and the way that he describes he swims a lot, loves to swim in the ocean. So the way that he describes the everyday beauty that he sees around him, in the sand, in the waves, in the water, in the rocks, all of those things is definitely about beauty. Like I can see that. He also takes a lot of time to see beauty in people, in the physical form of people, and his thoughts around us not being able to express that without appearing predatory or whatever is sad, and I totally agree with that. Anyway, so there's lots of thoughts around that, but what I loved the most about this book is this insight into the creative process of putting a novel together, and how what he sees in the everyday people that he sees in the little town he's in, interactions between people make their way, start to inform the characters in the novel, and also people from his past and interactions he's had in his past that inform the characters that he's forming in the novel that he's writing. I loved that. And then also writing the character in the novel and how that brings up to him things from his past that maybe he didn't really realize was still sitting there, or just making him reflect on his own life. And that insight I found awesome. I loved it. His writing is dense. It's wordy. Big words. Lots of big words that I stopped looking up. And I could read this again and find a whole nother set of ideas and thoughts. I give this book 4 stars. I loved it. I thought it was really, really interesting. I've never read anything like it. And for this to be my first Chalkers book, I'm super happy about that. So there you go. I just packed my children off to golf. They play Sunday nights. It's kind of this thing where they go with their dad and a friend to play indoor golf. You hit the ball at a screen. It's really quite cool. But I don't like doing it. And they go out for dinner afterwards. And it's this nice, peaceful Sunday afternoon night to myself. So I can get reading now. I need something really, because that's a lot of words and a lot of thinking and a lot of processing and a lot of, reading and reflecting, that book, because it's, it's there to initiate things within you, I think. So I'm just going to pick up this one because I feel like this is just a story. And I'm happy to just read a story for now. And I'm going to do all of this by the fire because I don't have to battle the boys watching the football or anything like that. I can just, lie by the fire in a nice quiet spot. Oh God, I can feel that warmth already. Look, there's the fire. Oh, I'm so happy right now. I'm just heating up a warm cocoa. This is the point in the afternoon now that I finished a book where I need to resist the urge to watch just mindless TV. As I've been the last few days, I've really binge watched some TV series as I've been resting. These are the 2 that I love. One is I think it's Swedish. It's called Love and Anarchy. I think it's on Netflix. It's, yeah, a bit bizarre, but funny, interesting, you know, a woman assessing her life situation. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And then I watched Everything's Gonna Be Okay. I think that's what it's called, which is a Josh Thomas comedy, but super interesting. He wrote another, he's an Australian actor, comedian. He wrote another series that I loved. What was that called? There'll be a photo of it. I could sing you the intro. Definitely watch that series. But this is sort of opens with his father lives in America, is a widower, has two daughters, and then Josh is there and his father dies of cancer. And so he becomes the guardian of these two girls, but one of them is autistic. And the way that it is handled, he's a young gay man, like it's just so well done. The writing's clever, it's interesting, it's so heartwarming and wrenching, it's funny. I just really enjoy his writing, his humour. These are my two TV series that I've binge watched that I've loved lately. I watch Parks and Recreation when I'm washing up. That's my second run through that series. I think that is hilarious. Hilarious. But that's mindless. Maybe I'll just watch one episode. Just a mindless cleanse from the heaviness of Chalkis's writing. I'm opening up this book and look, this is my worst nightmare. Look, character lists. I'm sure they'll be helpful, but when a book has to have a list of characters, because there's so many of them, that doesn't make me excited to continue to read. Oh my goodness. Let's see how it goes. The mums out there, you know that this is what it's like to be home alone. This is a cake, this is a fork, and I can just eat it like this. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't have to pretend that you can't do this so that my kids don't do this. This is living. Okay, as predicted, this is a no-go. I am DNFing that. Along with the characters was this muddle of Italian history in these spurts of paragraphs, and Italian traditions, and just like this rush of information that I knew I was never going to get a hold of. So done with that. And then I've just started this. I'm like 10 pages in and I had to go get some wood, but oh my God, it's already entirely sad. And this is going to be a deep book for me. It's, you know, a son who autistic maybe, and his father, and obviously, and their mother. The child's mother has died. His wife has died. Like just, oh, I love and hate books that really share the trauma of children. So that's going to be a heavy one, but I'm going to read it. I've had to have peppermint tea because I ate too much cake and my belly feels funny now. It's a, you know, common mistake I make. Okay, my children are driving in the driveway, so I'm going to end my day with you here. I have finished a book, I have bailed on a book, and I have gotten 66 pages into this book. And it's good. I am a person who switches off when anybody talks biology, space, any kind of science. I love nature. I love the natural world. And there's hints of that in here, but the speaking about the planets and the stars and, you know, life on other planets and stuff, it's just not my gig. So I'm sort of struggling through those really dense paragraphs around that stuff in here, which makes me sad. I would like more. I know that this is all going to come together and there's going to be a reason why he's talking about life in other worlds and all that sort of stuff. But I just want to talk about this boy. I want to talk about his love for the natural world. I want to talk about the way he sees the world. You know, like I think I am desperate for another way of this story to be told because I don't understand the astrobiology stuff and I don't really care. Like, you know, it's just not something that interests me. So, yeah, I will keep going. But if it becomes apparent that it's going to be more about that stuff than it is going to be about the natural world and this boy's view on it and this father-son relationship, then that ends for me. But yeah, if we keep talking about the stars and the planets, then yeah, I might have to think about putting it down. But we'll work that out later. So that was my day of reading. I am really ready to cozy down. I've got to get these kids sorted for bed. And then, yeah, I'm going to crash out myself. But thanks for hanging out with me today. Thank you so much. It was really nice to talk to you. It's really nice to share my reading, share the books I bought, all of that sort of stuff. Yeah. I'll see you another day. Okay, bye.